The echo of Xyn'Zar, humanity's crossroads in the stars. In the year 2285, humanity had stretched its tendrils into the cosmos, establishing colonies on distant planets and mining resources from asteroid belts. Among these stars was the planet Xyn'Zar, a mysterious world shrouded in iridescent mists and ancient ruins. Xyn'Zar was said to be the cradle of an advanced civilization that vanished eons ago, leaving behind cryptic relics and whispers of unimaginable power. Commander Alara Veyra, a decorated explorer and scientist, was assigned to lead an expedition to Xyn'Zar. The mission: to investigate a strange anomaly detected deep within the planet's largest ruin, the Citadel of Eterna. For weeks, sensors had picked up a rhythmic pulse of energy emanating from its core, a pulse that matched no known natural phenomenon. The landing was rough, as Xyn'Zar's turbulent atmosphere churned against their ship. Once on the ground, Alara and her team of 6 scientists and engineers emerged, their helmets fogging slightly as they stepped into the cool, shimmering mist. The landscape was otherworldly. Crystalline trees hummed softly as if alive, and the ground beneath them glittered like crushed gemstones. "All right, team," Alara's voice crackled through the comms. "Our priority is to locate the source of the anomaly. Stay alert. This place might be beautiful, but it's still unknown territory." The journey to the Citadel was both awe-inspiring and unnerving. The ruins towered like jagged spires, etched with glowing symbols that pulsed faintly in the mist. As they entered the massive gateway, a sense of unease settled over the crew. The air grew heavier, filled with an almost imperceptible hum that seemed to resonate within their very bones. "This is incredible," murmured Dr. Soren Kai, the team's archaeologist, running his gloved fingers over the glowing glyphs. "These symbols, they're not just decorative. They're a language, maybe even a code." Deeper into the Citadel, the pulse grew stronger. It wasn't just a sound or a vibration anymore. It felt alive, like a heartbeat. The walls began to shimmer with light, casting ethereal shadows that danced and shifted with every step. They finally reached the core chamber, a vast, circular hall dominated by an enormous obelisk that floated midair. The obelisk pulsed with blinding light, each flash synchronized with the rhythmic beat they detected. "This must be it," Alara said, her voice barely above a whisper, "the source of the anomaly." As the team began scanning the obelisk, the glyphs on its surface began to rearrange themselves, forming patterns that seemed deliberate. "It's responding to us," Soren said, his eyes wide. "But how is it alive?" Suddenly, the chamber was bathed in a kaleidoscope of colors. A voice, neither male nor female, echoed in their minds. "Children of the stars, you have awakened the echo. We are the custodians of memory, the keepers of all that was and all that will be. Your kind stands at a crossroads." The voice revealed that the obelisk contained the collective knowledge and history of the Xyn'Zarians, a civilization that had transcended physical existence to become beings of pure energy. They had left behind the echo as a guide for those who would come after them. But there was a warning. The obelisk's power could either elevate humanity to new heights or lead to its destruction. "You must choose wisely," the voice intoned. "Will you seek unity and enlightenment, or will you succumb to greed and chaos?" The team began their detailed investigation of the chamber. Dr. Mira Halden, the team's physicist, hypothesized that the obelisk acted as a quantum repository, storing vast amounts of data in a way that defied known science. Soren worked tirelessly to decode the glyphs, while the engineers, led by Lieutenant Jax Torin, set up equipment to monitor the obelisk's energy emissions. Over the next 48 hours, the team uncovered fragments of Xyn'Zarian history. They learned of a catastrophic event, a war among the stars that had forced the Xyn'Zarians to abandon their physical forms. The echo was their legacy, a beacon of hope and a warning to future civilizations. But the team's presence did not go unnoticed. Strange occurrences began to unfold. Equipment malfunctioned, shadows moved where there was no light, and whispers echoed through the halls. It was as if the citadel itself was alive, watching, testing them. On the third day, Alara awoke to find a figure standing at the edge of the camp. It was humanoid but translucent, its form shimmering like liquid starlight. The figure spoke without words, its thoughts flowing directly into Alara's mind. "The Echo has judged your intentions. Your kind is curious, but divided. To unlock its full potential, you must prove yourselves worthy." The figure extended an arm, pointing toward a hidden passage that had not been there before. Alara gathered her team, and they ventured into the newly revealed corridor. The path led to a chamber unlike any they had seen, its walls lined with intricate machinery that seemed to hum with life. In the center of the room was a pedestal holding a small glowing orb. The orb pulsed in rhythm with the obelisk, its light shifting through a spectrum of colors. As Alara approached, the orb projected an image of Earth, overlaid with countless branching paths. "It's a decision tree," Mira whispered. "Every choice we make, every action, leads to a different outcome." The orb's light dimmed, and the voice returned. "The path forward is yours to choose. Will you unite as one, or will you fall to chaos? The Echo will amplify your choice across the stars." Alara turned to her team, her expression resolute. "We need to ensure this knowledge is used responsibly. We'll document everything and relay our findings to the Coalition, but we'll also keep some details classified until we fully understand the risks." As they activated the orb, the citadel began to vibrate. Light filled the chamber, and for a brief moment, Alara saw visions of humanity's potential futures, utopias of peace and innovation, and dystopias of greed and destruction. When the light faded, the orb was gone, absorbed back into the citadel. The figure reappeared, its form flickering. "Your journey has just begun. The Echo will watch. Choose wisely." As the team prepared to leave Xyn'Zar, Alara couldn't shake the feeling that their every action from this point forward would be scrutinized, not just by humanity, but by the stars themselves. The Echo's message was clear. The future was theirs to shape, for better or worse. The expedition team returned to their base camp on Xyn'Zar, their minds racing with the enormity of what they had encountered. The glowing orb, the decision tree, and the cryptic words of the Echo were unlike anything they had experienced before. The weight of humanity's future pressed down on Commander Alara Veyra like a leaden sky. That night, the dreams began. Each member of the team experienced vivid, unsettling visions. Alara found herself standing on a fractured Earth, torn between glittering metropolises and desolate wastelands. Dr. Soren Kai wandered a library of infinite halls, its shelves brimming with the knowledge of countless civilizations, each book whispering secrets only he could hear. Mira Halden dreamed of stars collapsing into darkness, only to rebirth in blinding novas. When morning came, the team was silent, each unwilling to voice the shared sense of foreboding. But the Citadel had other plans. As they broke camp, a low hum filled the air, guiding them back to the obelisk. The crystalline trees seemed to bow as they passed, their glowing branches forming an eerie corridor. At the obelisk's base, the shimmering figure reappeared, its presence now more tangible. It gestured toward the obelisk, and the glyphs rearranged once more, forming a pathway into a hidden chamber. "The test begins now," the figure's voice echoed in their minds. "Your choices will determine the fate of your kind." The team entered the chamber, their steps echoing in the vast space. Before them lay three massive doors, each adorned with symbols that pulsed in time with the obelisk's light. The first door bore a symbol resembling a tree with branching roots and canopy, glowing green. The second displayed a spiral galaxy, its swirling arms radiating a soft blue. The third was marked with interlocked gears, a crimson glow seeping through the cracks. "Three paths," Mira murmured, "but only one leads to unity." Alara stepped forward, her voice steady. "Each door represents a choice: nature, exploration, or technology. But we can't know which is right. The figure's voice returned, this time resonating with urgency. Choose wisely. Each path reveals a truth, but only those who understand the balance of all may proceed. After deliberation, the team chose the door of exploration. The moment they stepped through, they found themselves on a desolate planet under twin suns. The air shimmered with heat, and the ground was littered with remnants of advanced machinery, half buried in crimson sand. "This place," Soren said, kneeling to examine a broken device, "it's a graveyard of progress." They pushed too far, too fast, and paid the price. As they moved deeper, they encountered a holographic projection, a Xyn'Zarian scientist, frozen in time. It spoke of their relentless pursuit of knowledge, how it led to the creation of a weapon that tore their world apart. The hologram flickered, its final words a warning. Asterisk, asterisk, progress without wisdom is a path to ruin. Asterisk, asterisk. The team returned to the chamber, their hearts heavy. The second door, representing nature, led them to a lush, verdant world. Here, they witnessed a civilization in perfect harmony with its environment. But as they explored, they discovered the fragility of this balance. A single misstep, a failure to adapt, had led to their downfall. The once thriving world was now an overgrown tomb. They became stagnant, Mira said. Harmony is important, but without innovation, they couldn't survive the unexpected. The third and final door revealed a stark mechanical world. Towering spires reached into a cloudless sky, and the air hummed with the energy of countless machines. The inhabitants had achieved a form of immortality, transferring their consciousness into artificial bodies. But they had lost something fundamental, their connection to each other and to their past. They became perfect, Alara said softly, but at the cost of their humanity. When they returned to the obelisk, the figure awaited them. Its form shifted, taking on features reminiscent of each team member, as if it were reflecting their thoughts. You have seen the extremes. Unity lies not in choosing one path, but in understanding the balance between them. Nature, exploration, technology, each is vital, but none can stand alone. The obelisk's light intensified, and the decision tree reappeared. This time, its branches glowed with a unified light, converging on a single point. "The Echo has given us the tools," Alara said, turning to her team. "But the choice is still ours. How do we ensure balance?" "By sharing what we've learned," Mira said, "but carefully. We can't let greed or fear dictate the way forward." As the obelisk pulsed one final time, the figure spoke. "You have passed the first test. The Echo will guide your kind, but the journey is far from over. Prove that you can hold this balance, and you may yet unlock your true potential." The team emerged from the citadel, the weight of their mission heavier than ever. The choices they had made and the lessons they had learned would shape the message they carried back to Earth. But one thing was clear. Humanity's fate was now intertwined with the Echo's legacy. The weight of the Echo's words lingered as the team made their way back to the ship. The Citadel's shimmering light slowly dimmed behind them, its final pulsing hum resonating deep within their thoughts. Humanity now had the tools to shape its future, but Alara knew the hardest decisions still lay ahead. Back aboard the starship, the team entered the briefing room, the glowing hologram of Earth spinning gently at its center. Alara stood before her crew, her gaze steady yet weighted with responsibility. "We've seen what happens when civilizations lose their balance," she began. "The Echo has entrusted us with knowledge and a warning. It's up to us to guide humanity toward unity, not division." Soren leaned forward, his hands clasped. "The question is, how? If we reveal everything, the greed and fear that already exist could tear us apart." Mira nodded, but withholding the truth isn't an option either. People need to understand what's at stake. A moment of silence passed before Alara spoke again. "We'll draft a report for the coalition, but it will only include the essentials. No mention of the obelisk's full capabilities until we're certain humanity is ready. As the team worked to compile their findings, the Echo's influence began to spread in unexpected ways. Strange patterns emerged in the data streams back to Earth, subtle shifts in the energy signatures of Xyn'Zar's atmosphere. Mira was the first to notice it. The Citadel's pulse was no longer confined to the planet. It was resonating across the galaxy. "It's like a beacon," she said, her voice tinged with awe. "The Echo isn't just testing us. It's calling to others. Other civilizations," Soren asked, "or something else entirely?" Alara's jaw tightened. "Either way, we need to be prepared. If the Echo's message is reaching beyond our stars, we may not be alone in this test." Their return to Earth was met with both celebration and skepticism. The Coalition, humanity's governing body, praised the team's bravery, but questioned the limited information in their report. Political factions demanded transparency, while others feared the consequences of revealing too much. In the weeks that followed, Alara and her team became mediators in a growing debate about humanity's future. The lessons of the three paths, exploration, nature, and technology, were shared cautiously, their warnings and insights sparking both inspiration and conflict. Meanwhile, the Citadel's pulse grew stronger. Reports from distant colonies and starships confirmed that its resonance was being felt across human space. Strange phenomena began to occur. Unexplained energy surges, fragments of alien languages appearing in communications, and sightings of shimmering, humanoid figures reminiscent of the Echo's guardians. One night, Alara stood alone on the observation deck of the Coalition's flagship, gazing at the stars. The figure from the Citadel appeared beside her, its form faint but unmistakable. "You're not done with us, are you?" she asked softly. The figure's voice echoed in her mind. "Your kind has taken the first step, but the journey is long and the challenges are many. The Echo's reach extends beyond what you perceive. Other civilizations will hear its call, just as you have. Some will come as allies, others as adversaries." Alara's heart tightened. "And if we fail?" The figure's form flickered. "Failure is not an end. It is a lesson. But the cost of failure will be high. The balance you seek must be defended, for it is fragile and fleeting." The next day, Alara convened a summit of the Coalition's leaders. She shared the figure's words and urged them to prepare for what was to come. New initiatives were launched to foster unity among Earth's factions and its colonies. Scientific research was accelerated, with a focus on understanding the Echo's technology and its implications. But not all welcomed these changes. A splinter group, believing the Echo to be a threat, began to rise in opposition. They sought to destroy what they could not control, their actions threatening to unravel the fragile unity Alara's team had worked so hard to build. The final test came not from the Echo, but from within humanity itself. When the splinter group launched an attack on a key research station, Alara and her team intervened, risking their lives to prevent catastrophe. In the aftermath, a broadcast was sent across human space, showing the devastation caused by division and the sacrifices made to protect the balance. The message resonated. Slowly, humanity began to unite, driven by the knowledge that their survival depended on their ability to embrace the lessons of Xyn'Zar. The Echo's pulse grew softer, its mission fulfilled. Years later, as Alara watched the first joint expedition of human and alien ships launch into the unknown, she felt a sense of hope. The Echo had tested them, challenged them, and ultimately guided them toward a brighter future. But she knew its warning would always remain. Balance must be earned, and unity must be defended.